Chapter 1. A Wrong Reservation. And an unexpected encounter, Linda walked down Paseo de la Castellana with a firm step and heels that seemed to defy the asphalt. She was wearing a bottle green blouse. It contrasted with her light brown hair, and although outwardly she appeared confident, inwardly she seethed with anxiety. It was her first lunch alone in months, and she needed that moment to think, or simply stop thinking. He booked at La Casa del Olivo, a restaurant hidden in an alleyway in the Salamanca neighborhood, of those where everything is so perfectly organized that even the disorder seems it is designed. Linda Westbrook? The maitre asked. Yes, she replied with a smile. This way, table for two, terrace. Ah, I think it was for one, she said, frowning. No, it says here for doze, but you can take a seat while we solve it. He accepted. After all, he was hungry. 10 minutes later, a tall, dark-skinned man with a 3-day beard and a leather jacket appeared in front of ella. Perdona, ¿te has sentado en mi mesa? Linda lo miró sin disimulo. Estaba guapo. Tenía ese aire de he dormido poco, pero aún así luzco bien. ¿Tu mesa? Repitió. El maitre me dijo que la mía. Your name? Linda? Aha, he replied with a crooked smile. I'm Wilson, and I'm waiting for a girl named Linda. Both took out their mobile phones at the same time. After comparer emails, they realized there were 2 Lindas, and the maitre had mixed up the reservations. Incredible, said Linda. I don't even have luck booking alone. I came on a blind date. This is the more blind than one can be, he replied sarcastically. Well, since we are here, she suggested, raising an eyebrow. Do you want to eat with me? Only if you pay for dessert. Wilson smiled. It wasn't the C-sentient eyebrow. It was not what I expected, but it was what I needed. Chapter 2. Conversations that shouldn't be comfortable, but they are. Between tapas, wine, and jokes about destiny, Linda and Wilson connected in a way that none imagined. She told him that she worked as a freelance designer, specializing in branding for luxury brands. He, who was a thriller screenwriter, although he earned more as a waiter in a Ardacopas in Malasaña than to write. I have a theory, he said, drinking his wine. Well-managed mistakes can change your life. So you justify your mistakes? She asked, between our isas. No, that's how I justify this meal. It's turning out to be the best failed date I've ever had. The afternoon progressed without them realizing it. When Linda got up to go to the bathroom, she left her mobile phone on the table. Wilson didn't touch it, but a message on the screen shone for a few seconds. Did you say anything to your husband? Wilson tensed. He didn't ask. Not yet. Chapter 3. The second encounter wasn't accidental. 1 week later, Linda found him in front of the Teatro Español. He was leaving a meeting. She had gone to a nearby gallery. It wasn't planned, but they both felt it was a second chance. Shall we have a drink? He asked. They went to a bar hidden among alleys, one of those with live jazz and dim lights. Linda laughed more that night. Wilson, too. Do you have a partner? She asked suddenly. No. You? Wilson looked at her fixedly. She looked down. I'm married, she confessed, but there's nothing left. We've slept in separate rooms for months. There's no love, only routine, then NSCS. What are you doing here? Trying to remember that I can still feel something. And that night, in that corner of Madrid, they kissed. Chapter 4. What the mirrors don't show, theirs became habitual stealthy encounters, laughter that hid guilt, walks through El Retiro at sunset, dinners on terraces where no one knew them. Linda felt she was living a double life. Her husband, Jaime, was a bosom. He was cold, distant. He treated her more like a partner than a woman. But with Wilson, everything was different. Until he started asking questions. Are you going to leave him? I don't know. Are you with me, or where is he? Linda had no answers. And every time she avoided answering, something broke a little more. Chapter 5. The Secret Under Lock and Key. One day, Wilson didn't show up for the appointment. He didn't answer the messages. Linda looked for him, waited for him, cursed him, and then, worried, went to his bar in Malasaña. But Wilson no longer worked there. He left 3 days ago. He said he had to fix things, they told her. No of the waiters. Days later, he received an unaddressed envelope in his mailbox. Inside, a letter. Linda, I lied to you. It wasn't a coincidence that we were at that restaurant. I knew who you were. Your esposo destroyed my father's company. I wanted to approach you for revenge. But I never imagined that I would fall in love. I left because I can't keep lying to you, and I can't hate you either. Not after all that I felt. Wilson. Linda stood there in shock. The tears didn't know whether to fall from betrayal or from love. Chapter 6. Where the Lies End. and another story begins. 2 months later, Linda signed the divorce. Not because of Wilson, but because of her. Finally, she chose. She moved to a small apartment in Lavapiés. She returned to painting, to designing only what she liked. And one night, while drinking wine she, on the rooftop of the Hotel Riu, felt a presence behind her. "Can I sit down?" Wilson, thinner, with dark circles under his eyes, but with the same intense gaze. "How did you find me?" she asked. "I didn't see. I only had hope." Silence. The Madrid wind, soft. The lights of Gran Via in the distance. "Do you still feel anything?" he whispered. Linda did not respond with words. She looked at him. She kissed him. Because sometimes, even when everything started with a lie, love prevails. End.